tatted on you?
You should have seen it, they were resting on the restless.
My name is Lynsey Bloch. I'm from Ventura County, been in Indio, California for 20 years. I'm an office manager and a mom.
I tear my heart open, I sew myself shut. My weakness is that I care too much, and my scars remind me that the past is real. I tear my heart open just to fail. I'm drunk and I'm feeling down, and I just wanna be alone. I'm pissed cause you came around. Why don't you just go home? Cause I channeled all your pain, and I can't help you fix yourself. You're making me insane. All I can say is I tear my heart open, I sew myself shut, and my weakness is that I care too much, and our scars remind us that the past is real. I tear my heart open just to feel.
What's going on, y'all? This is Z here, back at you with another episode on T2T. Out here with Lynsey, hometown, Indio, California. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I know it kind of took us a little time, to make all this little happen. I met Lynsey, or introduced myself, Lynsey, at a local football game here. She was part of, I guess, mom group there for supporting her son, and obviously I seen the tattoos and approached her, let her know what I had going on, and after some time, here we are making it happen.
Yes.
So, obviously we're here to talk about tattoos. We can kind of just dive right into it. The focus thing would probably be the back piece for me, and I noticed that, but we'll get into that later. I kind of, waited to get here to see your ink more into detail and stuff like that, and I noticed, more of your right sleeve is located, dominant birds. Mm-hmm. Is there like a thing with you and birds, or what's going on with that? Because you obviously have a variety of birds, not just one bird. You have a couple different ones there. What's up with that?
There's no major significance. I just like them. Mm-hmm. It started with the owl. Mm-hmm. I did get that as a memorial piece. Mm. And then after that, I just kind of randomly, I've always wanted a crow kind of thing, and just kind of ran with it, and decided to throw it together that way. And
that's how it played out.
That's how it played out. Just in pieces. It wasn't ever like I'm going to go in and get a full sleeve. It was, I'm going to get this one, I'm going to get that one, and that's how it.
And it became a full sleeve. Yeah. So if you can name us, or the difference, you have an owl there. Mm-hmm. You said you got a crow. When you have two other birds there.
This one is an Inkatern that actually is really cute. Has an actual mustache. Mm-hmm. So I had him zombied, which is fun, right? Right. This one here is a chickadee. I thought she was super cute. This is a tufted titmouse. Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, it's a cute piece.
And then a peacock.
On the back piece, on the elbow.
On the elbow.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It kind of. Peacock. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And then I have a hummingbird up here.
The pieces.
And this is a memorial piece as well.
Okay.
So he actually has a Yosemite Sam mustache for an uncle who passed away, and he actually had a real big
to portray
mustache like that. So
okay, so let's do the two memorial pieces. You have one for the owl, the name under there. What is that?
The owl is for an aunt, and then I actually have my father's signature. He passed away as well.
Okay.
So I guess I would have three on this side that are memorial pieces.
Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to ask you was more of, what would your younger self think of what you are today? Do you, think you would be fully tatted like this, or did it just kind of happen along the way?
So funny story. I got my first tattoo at 17 in Venice Beach.
Okay.
It was a great experience. But at 17, you don't 100% know what you're going to want.
Right.
And your body changes. Anywho, so fast forward, I got a couple little random tattoos. And then about 15 years ago, I decided I don't like these little tattoos anymore.
Yeah.
And I decided to cover them all up. So my for my younger self, I probably should have waited until I was older and knew what I wanted. But at the same time, it was an experience, and I wouldn't, take that away.
Right.
But
Yeah, no, it's funny you say that because it's like I feel the same way. I still have space, I'm obviously running out, but I still have space. But there's certain tattoos that I wish I could cover, like I want to cover up now, and it's like I don't regret necessarily getting the tattoo, but it's like I feel like maybe I moved on from that portion of my life, or I simply just don't like what I got and I want to cover it up.
Or it doesn't fit you anymore. Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
Like, and then I appreciate the fact that people was like, I'm not gonna cover up anything because it's a moment in my life, and it's like I could see that, and I agree to an extent, but it's like if I'm not happy with that tattoo, or I don't like the image on me, I want to do whatever's best to get something either covering up or something I like now, like you said, you grow up and go through life and realize like maybe that was the best piece,
or it wasn't.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's funny you say that. I feel like everything happens at Venice. Like, what made you kind of go there? Obviously, you're from Ventura, so it's kind of nearby there. Did a friend tell you like, hey, you can go down here and be able to get tatted? You're 17? Did your parents you sign off for that, or you just went?
So it was a family trip. My boyfriend at the time, who is now my husband, was with me as well. We both got tattoos.
Okay.
And our parents signed for it.
Yeah.
And totally different day and time, but than it is now. So it was an experience. It was fun. It's kind of cool to be able to say I went to Venice Beach and got a tattoo.
Right. Yeah.
But it's been long since covered up.
Okay. Yeah. No. Obviously that holds some, like you got your first tattoo with your boyfriend, then with now your husband. So obviously it holds that's a memory you're not gonna forget. So whether it's covered up or not, you're gonna remember that memory. So that's dope.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're a mom here. I met you at the football games, and I don't know if you're necessarily part of a mom group there with, like, the other moms. So one thing I wanted to ask was, like, joining these mom groups and, do you get the negative, look or vibe from, other maybe mothers or any people in the group because you maybe have tattoos? Or do you think it's just so accepting nowadays that they could care less?
If somebody does think negatively, they've kept it to themselves. I've not had any bad experiences, thankfully. I know some people probably do. I haven't had any issues. I think some people, they either say, wow, that's so cool, or, oh, I wish I could do that, or it doesn't hurt, like.
The basic
questions, But no, everyone's been really great. I haven't really had any negative feedback.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Just because, obviously having tattoos, you obviously get judged maybe a little more than the normal average person.
I'm sure people have judged.
Right. And so I asked just because, people are in this day and era a little more sensitive than back then. So I like to ask because obviously you're around the youth and stuff like that. And obviously I've been around the youth. I've done a lot of recreational stuff, and I don't think that could dictate whether you're a good person or a bad person at all. So I like to ask just, because if you've got a negative reaction, I always, want to understand everybody's process of, or their opinion, I guess.
Yeah.
Or,
I'm thankful that because I do like to volunteer and help out with the kids that even the school has been very great and I haven't had any issues. So I'm very thankful for that.
Okay, that's dope. I'm glad that, you're not getting any, negative impact on the tattoos.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get to the leg sleeve.
Okay.
We got a couple things going on. From what I get from it is more of like a pirate theme. I don't know why. You got the old school I guess, boat, you could say, ship, lighthouse, kind of more of the old school sea type of vibe, but you got a pirate there, a couple skulls. So what's going on with the lake scene?
So again, piecemeal. Nothing was ever a full, like, this is what it's going to be. I just, so the tree was the first one. That was a cover up.
Okay.
From one of my younger tattoos. Pirate's ship, I just love it. And the pirate as well. But these up here are actually, they're dead kings. Which kind of plays into my back piece.
Yes.
Because I have the king and queen. And so, and she's skeletal and he's not. Sort of.
Yeah.
So it kind of, when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, I have to have this. Like, it's just, it fits so perfect with what I had going on for my back. So, and I just love it. I love skulls too. Like, a lot of skulls everywhere.
Skull tattoos are almost
They're
pretty the best. I don't know. They just look great.
It's classic.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. But, yeah, so I just, that's what, they're not, these aren't pirates, but I do love my pirate though.
Yeah, no, because obviously on the back of the leg, you guys will be able to see that image there that you got a pirate, obviously with the ship, the lighthouse, it all kind of collide.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're saying that you get these in individual timing, but yet it almost looks as of a sleeve. So it's like, it's crazy how, I've said this before about how my mind's putting things together before I even know it's really putting things together.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of my tattoos are individual pieces. I don't get sleeves or any of that. I'll get an individual tattoo, a naked tattoo at that. If it doesn't matter, I don't need the shading, but yeah, all my stuff kind of collides together.
Right.
And yet it'll be, I can get one piece and then 2 years later get another piece next to it, but yet it still kind of fits the theme somehow.
Right.
But like I said, I don't know how, but my mind puts things together before I'm even knowing it does, and it just works out simply as the lake sleeve there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Okay, let's get into the left sleeve here. That's some of more of your newer ink, obviously. Fresh ink there.
It's eclectic.
Yeah. So
it's all over the place.
Yeah, and what just is the process behind that? You're getting pieces, and then at what point are you like, you know what, I'm just gonna fill this in to make it, look better type thing?
So probably the best thing I love about my left sleeve is the flowers. And for probably 2 years, I was getting tattooed every month. I was on a regular basis. Tattoo therapy.
Yeah.
And it was at a shop, and these guys were all at the same shop, and I wanted a rose tattoo from all of them. So that's what we did. Okay. After I'd been I got to know them, and so I've got different rose tattoos from all the guys. And
that's dope.
And I let them do whatever, like, what they wanted, and for the most part,
Yeah.
And so I love them. And after that, it kind of just evolved. I wanted a lantern. My son has a lantern, so I'm like, I want to get a lantern.
Okay.
And then I wanted filler because it just kind of, I felt like it was all over the place, and I wanted to kind of like tie it together. And
right, sleeve.
So that's what we ran with the spider webs.
Yeah, and then to kind of fill more pieces in there.
Yeah.
You got a couple letters, maybe a couple, a name or two. I don't know if I have a year there. Is there any kind of significance behind those names and date?
So the initials are for my kids.
Okay.
So I got an A and a T for Anthony and Travis. And then Cade Puppy here was for, I had one of my dogs passed away, and I had 3 at the time, but she was a Mastiff, and just the sweetest dog. And so I had to get something for her. And a date, established 2003. It's the year I got married.
Okay.
So that's, my husband and I actually we have the same tattoo. We got it on one of our anniversaries, and we were in Big Bear. So we went to Big Bear Tattoo.
Okay.
And that was fun. To do that.
That's dope. I mean, that's another one. Obviously, you got the first tattoo, and I'm sure you and him probably already got a couple tattoos together. It's not like the first or last, and I'm sure there'll be more. Is there like just between you and your husband? Is there ever like I don't know how tattooed he is. Is there ever any kind of maybe competition or like?
Well, I have more.
Okay. So you're winning in that battle.
Yeah.
You're winning in that battle. Okay.
But he's working on it. He's working on his back piece. So
he's getting there. He's getting there. I hear you.
Yeah.
And just to go along with this sleeve here, you have something kind of more on the chest area, and it's a little different. It seems like I see the. Is it a moth? Maybe?
There's a moth here to go with the lantern.
Right.
And then the spider, which is a funny story also. That was a let's go to Vegas and get a tattoo.
You've had some experiences with getting the tattoos. The Venice Beach, the Vegas.
Yeah.
You know.
Big Bear. Yeah. I never used to do that. I feel like back in the day that was kind of you didn't do that.
You're kind of more loyal.
You stayed with your artist, and that was the thing. And so I kind of, as time has gone on, and then the artists that did probably the majority of my work, I
got you.
Anywho, so I just started going other places, and it's been kind of fun. So
yeah, it's kind of funny you say that because I just mentally I think like loyalty is the best. I'm left shout out left coast case Laz Angel Fire and all them there. Like I'm pretty much loyal to the shop, and I realized I can't be scared to kind of get certain little things from different people and kind of expand it. People do so much different work than people specialize in different stuff, and I realize that now. Like if I want something certain, I got to go to the right artist for that.
Right.
I can't just force a certain person to do something, and you know what I mean. So I realized kind of expanding more isn't such a bad.
It's not a bad thing anymore.
Right.
With the evolution of tattooing, and it's definitely so. It's been fun. I actually have a friend of mine. Every time we go to Vegas, we get a tattoo. And that was one of them. And it was a joke because I'd had a few cocktails. We had had a few cocktails. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, oh, that's a little bit bigger than what I thought it was, And I'm like, well, what happens in Vegas?
Right.
Might come home with you.
It doesn't stay in Vegas all the
It
time.
might not stay in Vegas.
You're right. That's funny. I just think that's dope, because like I kind of want to jump on board with that. Like I'm traveling a little more now, and and people, like I said, people do different styles of work, and I can't be scared to kind of expand my horizons when it comes to that. But yeah, no, I think that's dope. That's like I feel like that's the key for me in the podcast is to travel, get interviews and hopefully get a little bit of ink and and I think hopefully I fall into that a little more.
Yeah.
All right. You have this amazing back piece. I don't know how it's some detail in there. I don't know if it was multiple sessions, one, but just tell me the journey of what the back piece is and, how many sessions maybe it took and whatever. I don't know. Maybe the pain level on the back piece.
Okay. So decided to get a back piece and I found this castle that I really loved. And I kind of did a like good and evil kind of thing with it. So one side of it is a little darker and then the other side's more happy and flags are flying and everything's, whatever. I kind of see myself that way. So like kind of I can cover up and you'd never know I had tattoos or I could wear shorts and a tank top and you're like, oh, she's got tattoos.
Yeah.
So kind of it was like
the yin and yang.
The yin, yeah. So that's what I did with it. It was quite a few sessions.
It's a lot of work there.
It's a lot of work, but it was a great experience. I love the artist who did it. And I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, no. Just tell me pretty much what you kind of got going on as far as I know you have the king, the queen there. Like you said, one's dead, one's not. That's obviously the good and evil there. So is that like one piece you had all in mind, or is it like, oh, I got this castle here, and then I added these other elements to it?
Okay, so the castle I wanted, the picture of the castle that I saw originally was all the dark-looking castle, and so I had my artist, make the other side look happy, nice, naughty and nice kind of,
Yeah, type of thing.
And then I definitely wanted it to have like a a border around it.
I see.
So we did do like a filigree looking border, and then so that was that. And then I wanted to finish it at the bottom, so we were kind of talking about it, and we decided let's do the king and queen. You know, I'm like perfect. So
Castle, perfect.
yeah. So and then more filigree down in between them. And the queen is skeletal, and she's holding an anatomical heart.
Ah, okay, that's what that was.
And more like Victorian looking, you know.
Yeah.
And then the king is kind of half alive and he's half alive and half skeletal.
Yeah.
So it looks like, and I don't know why I love it so much because it's kind of creepy and dark, but I love it.
Those are the best pieces.
They're the best.
Yeah.
And when we were playing around with it, and he was, you know, messing with, you know, the system or whatever, and it started to look like that. I'm like, that's exactly what I want.
All right.
I don't even know why, but I absolutely love it. And I'm so sad that it's on my back because I can't see it every day.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I love wearing it, and I love that I get to wear it, but it's one of my favorite.
Right.
It's just so cool.
Nah, it's perfect right there. Like, and obviously, like you said, you got the king and the queen, so it's like, and they're facing each other. I don't know. Like you said,
just
the whole point
fit.
of getting one piece and then adding the other pieces to it and it all coming together is just, I don't know. I don't know. To me personally, it's like almost one of the best feelings because, like you said, it's like you're not focusing on filling your whole bag, but yet getting a piece and then adding pieces that actually mean something. I hate somebody that gets a tattoo and then it's like the whole around it is nothing but filler cloud. It's like, oh man, you wasted that space, you know.
Yeah.
Like, if you would have just waited to get thought about it a little bit, you'd realize like, dang, there's so many more things you could put there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I appreciate the thought process of somebody actually kind of waiting it out, or even, you know, just putting things together to make a full, complete piece. And,
Yeah.
And like your back piece obviously looks well thought out and put together
thank you.
very well. Yeah. We still got some empty spaces.
Yes.
Where are we on as far as like, you know, I itch for tattoos consistently. So are you in the process of maybe kind of plotting to get more tattoos, or are we kind of like, whatever it happens?
I would like to finish the
You're good.
back of my leg. That's not finished yet, so that's something that I do want to have done just to complete that sleeve. And then just finish. There's some little tweaky things I want to do, you know, just kind of finish and fill and that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I don't know. And the left leg is, I'll never say never, but it's not on my radar right this moment.
Okay.
But yeah.
Sometime soon, maybe we'll.
Maybe some more around here. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe another Vegas trip.
Yeah. I've got a couple coming up.
No, we'll see. We'll see in the near future. You should have some more tattoos.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Well, you know, we broke down the tattoos pretty much, and what I like to ask people is, you know, the last question is pretty much, what tattoo best represents you? What do you feel like somebody could look at and be like, hey, I think that's a great representation of her?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because like obviously you like the birds and stuff like that. You kind of have more of the, you know.
I feel like because both sides are so different. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Both maybe. Or like the back piece is great because, like you said, it's a good representation of how maybe you have a good and a bad side, at which we all do, you know. And
Yeah.
So maybe it's the back piece of kind of telling you like, hey, that's a great example of, you know, just
like I said, I see myself. I could be both ways. I could be like a professional human being, and I could be just go out and have a good time, party.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. It's hard. I don't think there's one that I could say.
Just collectively, all your.
I think collectively, because I do have them in such large pieces, like sleeves. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this side I've kept kind of like on the darker side, and this side is more flowers and you know, rainbows and butterflies. So I don't know.
But that's dope because it's like, obviously tattoos are great. You know, some people get to stuff for fun. Some people, you know, a passing or of a relative or something like that. And some people, you know, have a great way of, maybe I'm not, you know, I'm an introvert, but my tattoos tell a great story, I believe, and you know, you can understand me completely if you sit here and kind of look at my tattoos, and you know.
That was never my thought process, I guess, behind getting tattoos. I love that. I love tattoos, and I love the fact that an artist can give his own rendition of, you know, a piece and do it how he wants to do it. I've never ever gone in and said it needs to be like this, and you know, been very specific. I'm very open. Like I give very loose direction on what I want and what I would like, and then I'm always very pleasantly surprised. Especially like with my zombie bird, I told him like, hey, I sent him a picture. I'm like, this is a bitchin' bird, and like, can you zombie him for me? And that was it.
No,
and
that's dope. That's
so
dope. Yeah, see me, I'm very picky, like as far as too big, too small, like, you know, and I want it to be, because I already imagine it, and like I said, I kind of think of, my mind's already putting things together, like I said, and so I'm kind of maybe a little anal when it comes to it. Shout out to Case and Laz for, you know, dealing with me, but I try to give the art, like, oh man, to be able to give the artists, you know, their own creativity and allow them to do them is probably one of the best feelings for them personally. So I always try to, you know, hey, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, do your thing,
right,
type of thing. So I can respect that. I can respect that, allowing artists to kind of, obviously you already have enough faith in them to tattoo you, so
yeah,
might as well just allow them to have their creativity with the piece. So I can respect that fully, and I think that's dope. But yeah, so thank you. I'm glad we made this happen.
I know. It's been a long time.
Yeah, and I've been, you know, bugging you back and forth, trying to make it happen. I'm glad, you know, I know you're a busy woman, and to just be able to, you know, make some time for me to make this happen, and I just want to say I thank you and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. I'm Lynsey Bloch, and this is my Tattoo Tales.